There are some changes in the NFL that look like small stuff, until you stop for 2 minutes and realize it might not just be about looks. And this whole thing with Shedeur Sanders switching back to number 2, to me, it says more about where the Browns are at right now than the announcement itself. Because this ain't just a jersey swap, it's positioning. And if you've been riding with Cleveland, you already know exactly what that means. First, quick context, so we're on the same page. The Browns made it official that Shedeur will wear number 2 next season. He rocked number 12 during his rookie year because 2 was taken. But now, with DeAndre Carter gone, the number's back in his hands. The same one he wore in high school, at Jackson State, and at Colorado. So yeah, it's not a new number, it's his number. And in the NFL, that's never just a detail. Now let's move past the basics and get into what actually matters. Shedeur Sanders didn't have a perfect rookie year, not even close. 56.6% completion rate, 7 touchdowns, 10 picks, went 3-4 as a starter down the stretch. That's not lighting the dog pound on fire. But there are 2 things people keep overlooking. He finished the season playing better than he started. Even with the mistakes, he showed command, and that doesn't always show up in the stat sheet. And here's the kicker. He made the Pro Bowl as an alternate. That doesn't just happen out of nowhere. So when he goes back to number 2, it's not about nostalgia. It's about identity. He's stamping who he is. Now think about this like a roster analyst. Right now, the Browns have a legit QB battle. Deshaun Watson, still a massive question mark, let's be real. Dylan Gabriel, a project still cooking. Shedeur Sanders, the guy who's actually flashed in real game reps. And right in the middle of that competition, the team allows, even pushes, this number change. That's not neutral. So what does it actually mean? First, internal confidence. Teams don't make moves like this for a guy they see as just a safe backup, especially not a dude who was already moving jerseys like crazy with number 12. Second, narrative building. The NFL runs on storylines, and bringing a young QB back to the number that defined him, that's basically a symbolic reset. Like, all right, kid, now be you. But there's another angle nobody's really talking about. This switch could have cost him, literally. NFL rules say when a player changes numbers, he might have to buy up the remaining stock of his old jerseys. And considering Shedeur's number 12 was selling like hotcakes, that's not pocket change. But here's where it gets interesting. He's got a Nike deal, so there's a real chance that was negotiated, maybe even covered. And if it was, that just tells you how big the bet on him really is. Now let's get into some real Browns history. That number 2 jersey in Cleveland? It's got some baggage. Tim Couch wore it, Johnny Manziel wore it. And yeah, we all know how those stories went. The only guy who's really had steady success with it recently? Amari Cooper. So yeah, there's some weight to that number. If you've been a Browns fan for a minute, you feel it. So here's my straight-up read. This isn't about Shedeur's past. It's about the future the Browns are willing to test. Now, let's talk ball. In the games he started, Shedeur showed some clear strengths. Solid pre-snap reads, confidence in the pocket, guts to make throws under pressure, but also some real issues. Inconsistent decision-making, forcing throws at the wrong time, struggling against more complex defenses. That's normal for a rookie. The real question is, how fast does he grow out of that? Because the Browns' situation is simple. They cannot miss again at QB. They've already whiffed on contracts. They've already missed on bets. They've already bought into the wrong hype. So every move, even a small one, carries weight. My honest take? I like the move. Not because of marketing. I like it because, for once, it feels like the team is letting a young QB just be himself. No forcing a mold. No trying to manufacture a fit. Now, does that guarantee anything? Not even close. Let's run the scenario. Best case, Shedeur owns the identity, builds confidence, sharpens his reads, and uses this open competition to win the starting job by mid-season. If that happens, Cleveland finally has a young QB worth building around, not just another expensive gamble. Middle ground. He stays inconsistent, flashes some good, some bad, and the coaching staff pumps the brakes. He's stuck in that maybe he's the guy, maybe not zone. Honestly, that's the most Browns outcome there is. Worst case, He doesn't fix the decision-making, loses ground in the QB battle, and turns into just another name in the rotation, while the team keeps chasing short-term fixes. And then number 2 just becomes another symbol of a promise that never hit. One last detail that matters: timing. Brown's minicamp kicks off April 21st. So this move drops right before the moment when narratives start turning into reality on the field. That's not random. To wrap it up, I don't think a number defines a career, but I also don't buy that moves like this are accidental. Shedeur going back to number 2 is a signal, not that he's the guy yet, but that the Browns are at least ready to find out if he can be. Now let me throw it back to you, straight up. When you look at Shedeur right now, do you see a QB on the rise, or just another Browns bet that might stall out? Because yeah, the jersey changed, but what really matters? That starts now.